I still have no words really for what happened, and I can't really talk much about it. Maybe I have some pictures for you here, but no words because the words are stuck here. What isn't stuck is my tongue to mention all these lies. The first of the lies regarding Valencia and the floods recently that killed 210 people, something like that, but more than 2,000 are still missing. The first of the lie, and the symbol of all lies in a way, right here in Valencia, where I was until yesterday, when I fled to the south. I'm now in Estepona since yesterday. I still got a big headache. I don't know why. What I know is that until I left, or nearly until I left, 24/7, there was a smell in the air. It was a bit bittersweet. You might know what it is. Because I smelled it once in my life, for about 2 weeks, having a dead body in my house. Seems there are many dead bodies in Valencia. But where are they? And why are they only officially, still, only I mean, in regards to the next information, which I will talk about, only about 210 deaths. Why are there over 200 missing? They just got missing the same night, just suddenly, tack. And now you can't find them anymore? What really happens is that the floods seem to have killed a lot of people in parkings. What is that Spain, the big cities, they really like to have big underground parkings, often over several floors, underground floors. Like a commentary I just read yesterday night, couldn't sleep, from a guy who lives in Paris, who said he lived before in a 10-story building with a 7-story underground parking. Now they're not only deep, but there can be some small, tiny, round circles, curves to take, to come out, takes a lot of time, with big cars especially, and the Spanish people got a big flair for big cars recently, like big SUVs, the kind of style. The big metal boxes, I would call them. Not very practical for Spanish street, but even less practical for Spanish parkings. Combine this with a lot of water and with areas where you have very little grass, very little open ground, very little earth where the water could sink into. Every square meter needs to make money. For whom? And who is hiding facts? Let's talk about this today.
Ça, c'est une autre place. Ça c'est le parking. Première sous-sol. Vous voyez, c'est fermé. Première sous-sol. Il y a, on va essayer de rentrer un peu, mais c'est interdit, mais je vais essayer parce que je m'en fous, moi. Regardez. Il y avait 50 voitures au premier sous-sol. Mais jusqu'à maintenant, on ne sait pas s'il y avait des morts ou pas. Regardez, moi je rentre. Regardez, il y a une poupée là. Sûrement il y avait des gens, il y a des ballons. Regardez, je ne sais pas si je peux rentrer. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, j'ai peur un peu, hein, parce que c'est tout noir là.
Where I live, about 200 meters away, there is a quite large shopping center. It's called Bonaire. Just next to us, so I go there sometimes. Sorry to say, but to the McDonald's. I don't go shopping much, and there are some construction, some French construction. We use buy construction stuff and kitchen and all that stuff. It's Roy Merlin, so should be company kind of. And there is a fitness center where my wife and me, I don't like it anymore since a few weeks before, but my wife likes aerobic lessons and stuff, spinning and stuff. So she goes there. There is also a big dog cat shop, and we have a dog, so Una, a white German Shepherd, we go there, I buy her playthings and stuff. That was Bonaire. Since a few days ago, since a flood got hold of Valencia. And now it's different. For example, English newspapers report that underground parkings in Valencia have become a mass grave, a necropolis. But the most affected area, one of the most affected areas, just next to me, is Aldaya, and Bonaire is just right there. It's a huge shopping center. I've seen police cars parked in front of there. Everything's closed, and the whole overground parking is devastated. But the police says they searched 50 cars in the parking that night, and the flood happened just around when that thing was about to close, the shopping center and the surrounding enterprises, that they found not one dead body inside. That they searched as far as I could find out, because it's quite difficult to find news, finally. Not so much gets reported on that, and very few questions get asked officially. Now, they said not one person died in there. Isn't that strange? Well, on Twitter and TikTok and such, which I'm not using much, but I'm a member of a but seems to be quite trending, this Bonaire subject, and some say reports of fridge cars, or what they say, refrigerated trucks moving around, and they actually contain dead bodies. One article in a local paper, what no internet publication, says that's all lies, and those photos are from other places, and there are no trucks with dead bodies. But if there are no trucks with dead bodies, what in that complete chaos, how they're moving the bodies? And again, more than 2,000 missing. Nobody is dead. Now, sex subject. Since a few days, since before we left, I was seeing quite some places because I lived there, and I also took some photos of the destruction and such, and my partner made some videos and photos. So, people are cleaning up, young people, very good young people of Spain are helping a lot. And then you see, workers and army and stuff, and they're already cleaning cars away. These car things come, these car trucks, and they move the trucks to cardboard, some of them away, starting to do this. But it seems that the water in Bonaire underground parking, 2 floors underground, is still there. It's still flooded. Nobody took the water out. They got some drones and apparently some army or whatever, humans that went into the water there and looked at 50 cars and they smashed the windows. Nobody dead inside, apparently. That's it. They're not saying there are no dead bodies in the water or elsewhere, in the elevators, whatever. This parking, so the whole parking structure, as far as I could find out, has about 5,600 places, car spaces. Down, below ground, there are about 2,700, and it seems to have 2 floors. They say the second floor was closed off at that day. I don't know myself, but there are no dead bodies. I don't believe it. And now the rumors are going around. The king came to Valencia. They called him Hijo de puta and assassino, murderer. And Hijo de puta means son of a whore on the streets. And that usually doesn't happen. First of all, also because there's a law that can imprison you when you do that. In Spain, quite a new law actually, 5-6 years old. And so why did they do that? And when I talk to locals and people, they discreetly tell me they're quite angry at the government. They smashed the window of Mazon Sanchez in their limousines. They left very early. The king stayed a bit more. So why are they so angry? And why is the internet not flooded with information that there are many more dead bodies in the water in Bonaire? And why are they not taking the water off? Would not the first step be to assure the families of the missing person that either those people are alive or they're dead? Doesn't seem to. So will they clean the streets, make everything nice again, and wait? Who ordered the security forces of the Spanish government to not take the water out and make sure that all those poor families that are looking for their family members, partners that are looking for their friends, parents that are looking for their children, get peace as much as possible now? What about respect? So this all makes me think that the big lie is happening, and that's what we're reporting here about. My partner, the day before yesterday, I think in the evening, right, day before yesterday, because the night then, so the night before yesterday's night, we traveled all the night from Valencia here to Estepona in Andalusia, because it took us 2 days to get out of the city. It was so difficult to get out. The AP7 is broken, the new highway, and the A7, the old highway, is okay. Figure out. Did we lose respect of nature, or is this just... Anyway, so that evening, she said, I said to her, look, I went to Bonaire one evening. I was raining again after the event. And I have small smart. My daughter said, I'm hungry. And so I went for a Big Mac. A bit crazy, you know, but in such situation you don't know what you think anymore. Yeah? Took the car, it was raining again, and there was already big puddles in the road, and one puddle was so deep my car was nearly swimming, so I got out, I got to Bonaire, and everything was dark, completely dark. And the overground parking completely devastated, and about 5 police cars standing there with lights. So I told her, and that evening when we went, before leaving Valencia to Estepona, she took some photos there, and on the door to the underground parking, if you want, on that big area of concrete, because there's not nearly one tree, maybe 5 trees, I don't know, very small greenery, very little earth. The percentage of the whole Bonaire structure is quite big. So the only hole is that entry to the underground parking. Sorry, I'm just traumatized, man. Still, maybe for life. And so on the entry there were lots of like Barbie dolls and stuff of children. Oh, and then there was just water. She said it was dark, and I just saw the water. So the level this photo is from is just the level the water is still on. Where did those come from? If nobody died inside, whether just in the cars and then floated on the surface, maybe. Thing is, next to it is a McDonald's, just, you know, near to this entry is a McDonald's, and it's always full. There's a player, it's always full of children. So either the government is right, or this is a big mess up. This is a crime. So either the government is right, people are overreacting and stuff. The other subject is, why those deep car parkings? I for myself will never go into a park parking, never go into an underground bar. I can't even say the word anymore. Car parking, man. I'm not feeling that. I got a headache, a huge headache here, and it's not going away. So about 3 days ago, I tried to get some food for my dog. I left the home with my car. Not everything was open, of course. I got to an open shop in the city, and I got some dog food. I tried to get home, and police, they blocked all the exits of the highway where I should find my home in Quartier Populaire, next to Aldaia, next to Bonaire. So I had to travel more, and at the end I left the highway somewhere where I couldn't. It was blocked up, but the policeman didn't look for a moment, because what should I do? Go to Madrid? Madrid was blocked too. Absolutely. Didn't know that then, but it's blocked too. So I was in another place, and the thing, additionally, you know, everything on the highway was blocked, you know, lots of cars standing and stuff, took me time, and my gasoline was completely down. Asked for police, stopped on the highway where they blocked the exits, and asked them, where should I go out? Nobody knew if the next exit was open or not. Not one policeman knew of the next one. What's up? What's up here? I mean, what's up with this police, this poor police force who gets no information? Anyway, I left on my last drop of gasoline in the car and came to a place. It was exactly like Aldaia, like the Bonaire place, just full of cars, full of debris, full of sadness in the air, army, volunteers, huge mess. And I left my car there without gasoline. I talked to a young girl and the coffee, a volunteer. She lives in Valencia, but her friends came from quite far away to help. And she told me a few things. So, now, is it true? But let's ask the question. One newspaper I found yesterday said, it's all real, it's all lies. It's all kind of internet rumors, urban myths, or whatever you call them. That Japanese citizens staying or living in Valencia were informed by their mobile phones, alerted of something big coming. In the next few days they were told they should leave. Apparently that newspapers talked to the consulatory, to the ambassadors, to the officials of Japan, and they said, no, we didn't do that. We only sent two messages out after the event. But then I read in the newspaper yesterday that that many countries have their alarm systems going up. That's something he said. But the Spanish were only informed hours after it was all flooded already. By like 20 alerts, I got like an alert every 3 minutes. Not of people dying, but just don't go out of the house, whatever, don't move. Something is up. I think just, I try to be critical. So I went to the internet, as we all do, to Google and try to find news. And I saw a bit discrepancies that the Spanish newspaper, the big one, the government kind of newspaper, the El País, downplayed it. And English newspapers were a bit more open, like, are the Spanish officials trying to reduce the debt artificially, just for tourism, for business, or because maybe, I don't know, those parkings were not built according to regulations, or corruption involved, or just not, I don't know, I really don't know. And what's this headache for? And I learned about gases that are emitted from dead bodies through Google. Apparently when there are like 3 gases that dead bodies emit, I know this is a bad subject, but it's necessary. But it seems that the smell of the dead goes away once the gases start floating out. And funnily, when I left my car without gasoline, and after talking to that girl, I found a bus, in the center of the city. After the big river, they closed off after 57, the last big flood. 80 dead during Franco, but we don't know whether really 80 was dictatorship. I took a bus. Didn't go far, it was very full, it was very crazy. People couldn't go in anymore and such. But the bus driver, a talking bit. Just, a local guy. Nice guy, good guy. He said, and the smell in the air, he said. And then it took me. I had closed off my nose already for the whole time. For the whole day, or for 2 days. Just breathing through the mouth. And because it happened that I lived with a dead body in a house, unrelated story years ago, somebody who died in there, and they couldn't take him out right away. I know the smell. So I told my partner, do you smell it too? And she said, yes, of course, I didn't want to tell you. So the bus driver smelled it, then the lady next in the bus said, I smell it too. So all the parking still flooded.
Or nearly until I left.
The smell of the death everywhere.
There was a smell in the air.
When my partner went to take some photos at that entry of the parking, straight away security came and said, I call you police because you're not allowed. And because it's dangerous, their gas is coming out from there.
Seems there are many that
No dead,
in Valencia.
no gases. Oh, where do those gases? There's some gas from some water removal bomb from the... I don't know.
In regards to the next
No information,
talk about. Only about
no truth.
and death.
When the last thing happened in 57, they
just got missing the same night. Just
kind of circumvented the big river and make the inner city safe, flooding the outside poor areas, I presume, next time.
The floods seem to have killed a lot of.
Of course there were only 80, because who decides if they're 80 or 8,000? Well, it's Franco, dictator,
the big city.
because he controls the media.
Big
But now,
parties. Often
since
with,
many
floors and
years,
underground floors. Like
enough
the
years,
it's read yesterday night.
Spain is a democratic country.
Um,
It's a European country. In the
guy
EU,
who lives in Paris,
so-called democratic institution, there should be.
10-story building.
We are told
with
there is a free
7-story
press.
underground park.
And others,
They're not only deep.
what do you think? Where does the truth lie?
Small, tiny.
I got a huge headache. My partner had horrific dreams this night. She saw dead bodies.
The Spanish people got a big.
She saw an arm, head floating in the water. She saw a dog, a stone,
Not very
shot to
practical
death.
Spanish suite, but
and a
even
girl,
less practical for
the
Spanish
same.
parkings. Combine this
unmoving,
with a lot of water
shocked position.
and with
She can't get the pictures out of it.
areas where you have very little grass.
The Mason,
Very
the
little
boss of Valencia politically,
earth where the water could sink into.
Sanchez, the boss of Madrid,
Everywhere
kind of
you want
political,
to make money.
the king, the boss of... Who knows what kings today do really? I don't want to go in that subject, but there are these three people. They are called bad names, horrific names on the street, because people are very angry at them. The two politicians fled right away back to home in their ayuntamiento, the mayor's office or whatever, which wasn't flooded. Is Franco or the dictator? Franco, you know, the ex-army general who became dictator of Spain for so long, with horrible dictatorship. Is he, I mean, his spirit, his wife, still alive? I don't know, but as a Spanish citizen, I still always had questions about Spain. I remember a demonstration in the street years ago where the people said, que no es democracia, que es mentira. There's no democracy, it's a lie. Is this not proof of this again? Of that big, big lie? The necropolis in Valencia's parkings, the underground parkings.